So it's like, I need to plug my microphone in. Let's do that. And light a candle. There we are. We had a very important break from the regular action. Hang on a second. Let me fix this. In the background, you can hear lots of vivas. Viva means life, to life. It's nice to have people screaming "Viva" outside. It gives you inspiration. So thank you for joining me for that. I thought you'd enjoy the band and the people and the smiles, the laughter. Turn my little fish around. Yes, thank you for joining me for that. I think it's on its 90th year. It's a tradition here. I grew up with this festival. Lots and lots of memories. They're all good. People that we have, we've lost through the years. It's like a holiday, right? It's a great outdoor party. And so just like at Christmas, there are people that are no longer with you. My dad's no longer with us. And you just see, generations of people every single year. Like, there's a lot of people out there that I know that I kind of grew up around, and so it's kind of neat. And it's a real sense of community, and I wanted to bring that to you because that's what we are. We're one America, we're one community, and we're a nation that was founded on immigrants. Traditions are so important. And even if you don't know a lot of people, you still just feel it. And that band was great. Yeah, I when people started to say that the Wi-Fi was going, I just decided to shut it down. I did see my mom and my great nephews and my niece and nephew, and gosh, they're cute. No, it's a 4-day festival. Actually, it starts unofficially on Wednesday. Last night they had a band, and tonight's the official opening. And I did. Let me put my summer solar candle up. I did video the greasy pole, and I caught it you gotta check it out, around the 6.5 minute mark. It's under videos. I did that a little bit earlier. Somebody got the flag, and the scenery is beautiful, and check it out. So I apologize for the noise, but it's pretty noisy, huh? Boy, there's a lot of people out there. Yeah, so if you ever want to come up to Gloucester, did you watch it? The greasy pole was funny. Yeah, there was these kids there that were right in front of me, and they were just screaming and screaming and screaming. But there are a lot of people out. Wow. You don't hear much of the noise outside. Okay, great. Yes, I told you I'd be back at 8, but you might not have heard me through all the noise. So switching gears, let's keep the energy up. Well, I'll make this not too long because we were just together for 45 minutes. But I want to go over some main points. I did do a pop-up earlier. When you are able to step away from the news for a little while, I'm glad you're here. When you're able to kind of just step aside from it and remember what it's like to live without stress, you also can get sort of a big picture perspective. And what I know for sure, and what I have been really picking up so frequently lately, is that the energy in this nation is not dark. Yeah, you're welcome. I'm grateful that you were able to participate in that fun. Warren did not open his computer since Monday. It was fantastic. So we do need that. July 4th is Free America Day. Okay, I didn't know they had a name for it. And July 17th is No More Kings Day. Accentuating the positive is that what this darkness is attempting to do will not be able to take hold. Unless the majority of people are just commiserating and being miserable, and I know that we're not that. I know that we're not that. I know that we are bright light beings, and that we together with the protests, there are way more of us than there are of them. Way more. And today the energy's really tense. I don't know if anybody got the memo over the past several years, but the Supreme Court is a criminal court. It's great that we have Ketanji Brown Jackson and Sotomayor and Kagan. It's great that we have them. And even sometimes Amy Coney Barrett goes in a good direction. But she's one of those extreme Christians. She's into Christian nationalism. As are Alito and Roberts. And Gorsuch, not as much, but somewhat. So I think that we get shocked and stunned, and you can feel the punch to the gut when we hear that they've made a decision that's absolutely heinous, right? But let's not do that anymore. Let's know what we're dealing with. Knowing what we're dealing with, it is a corrupt and illegitimate Supreme Court. Thank goodness that there are sane people on the Supreme Court, but they're not enough. So what we have is we have a majority of the Supreme Court being extremist and cruel. And we have a majority in our government that are extremist and cruel. But that's not all of us. And all of us collectively is so many millions of people. It reminds me of the line in my song, we're rising up in numbers much too numerous to count. We're taking back democracy and we won't be backing down. I'm probably going to walk in the parade with my song with my big speaker that I have. So we'll look at a few things. This is going to be a very lightly attended PNN. July 17th, Good Trouble Lives On Day. It's a tribute to John Lewis. Yes, I did notice that that's not a weekend day, right? I'm pretty sure. So I can make it to that rally, and I can make it to the July 4th rally. Yeah, Kavanaugh, too, is right-wing. And I just got a book, and I'll show it to you next time. It took forever to get here. It's called Opus, for Opus Dei. And these people on the Supreme Court, dark. Thank you, July 17th is a Thursday. I can make it to that. Opus Dei is a dark sector of the Catholic Church that kind of branched off and went completely down the road of evil. I think at one point it was legit. I know that Bill Barr was part of it, and many others that you've probably heard about, and Alito and Roberts and Gorsuch. I'm not sure about Gorsuch, Kavanaugh. So this is what we're dealing with. But there are way more than us than there are of them. The Pope doesn't recognize them at all. Yes, true. John Paul II did, but I think that's when it started to go, around that time it started to go dark. But there's always been a dark side to the Vatican. There's dark and light, and the dark is very, very dark, and the light is very, very light. It's an interesting, it's kind of like this is the way the world is. Very, very dark and very, very light. So know that the Pope is praying for us. They are definitely the minority. The Pope is praying for us. That's a big deal. We are praying. This is a religious festival, right? We're praying for us. Oh, this is a good comment, a good news comment. It was ruled that the judges when you misspell, it makes it harder for me. Sorry. It was ruled that the judges can file a class action suit, and the judges were already prepared and jumped on it immediately. This is what's happening. The Unsupreme Court, I like that. This is what's happening. Okay, so you learned about Opus Dei in Dan Brown's novel. I did not know about Opus Dei, and I don't think I read Dan Brown's novels, but the gist of it I did pick up on many years ago. That there's something very dark that's been in the Vatican. Wherever there's light, there is dark. It's a challenge. It's really a challenge to keep fending it off. But that's what we're doing. So stop thinking that the Supreme Court is going to do the right thing. We know the enemy. We know what we're dealing with. What we're dealing with is people that are addicted to cruelty. They're sadists and they're misogynists. And I think I heard about something real misogynist that, well, Dumpy was saying misogynist things, but, oh, well, the Supreme Court ruling today takes away funding from any, I don't know if this is the Supreme Court ruling. I wasn't keeping up in the news as much as I usually do. I had kind of a busy day. But what they're doing is they're removing funding from Planned Parenthood, but it's not about abortion. It's about removing funding from Planned Parenthood, which is where many women go for their female health care. It's misogyny, it's hatred, it's vitriolic hatred against women. It's people of the same ilk as the ones that pointed to a woman and said, "Oh, she's a seductive demon," if she was beautiful. Suppressing women has been part of human history for way too long. And we are going to knock it out of the park. The women with the help of the men. We are. We're going to knock them out because the energy is for the rising of the divine feminine. I know some of you might be sick of hearing that, but it's true. And Kamala is part of that. They're talking about giving the Nobel Peace Prize to Obama again just for fun. Yeah, right. Yeah, so everything you may have noticed with Dumpy is completely backwards. Hang on a second. Which is a sign of the demonic. I'm trying to educate you all on this because it's real. And too many people go around going, "Oh, evil's not real. There's no Satan and there are no demons." That's wrong. And I'll show you the books next time. I'll show you the books that I got that I'm reading in my free time. I'm doing a lot of videos these days, so thank you for your support. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up. The more I'm able to monetize my videos. Sorry about the ads. You should be able to skip them, but since so few people book readings, I mean, it's really scant. I've got to figure out how to make money off my channel. Oh, Warren, you're just trying to get a rise out of us. He's saying it was Eve that tempted Adam. Hang on, because I didn't have a clear question. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Dumpy's status in the White House. 4 cards. How's that going to go? His status in the White House. In general. Let's pick 4 cards about this and see if we can get a story from the deck of character. Please hit the thumbs up. We won't hit 200 thumbs up tonight because we won't have a lot of people tonight. But we have Terry in the house. Thank you. And Terry, the other reason we like having Terry in the house is because she puts up the questions. Eve was framed and Adam was a putz. I love it. Warren's just teasing. Dumpy's status in the White House. It's going up in smoke. It's all been a smoke and mirror show. It's going up in smoke. I always get the angsty teen for him. There are going to be people that come in to save the day. This looks like our military. He's an angsty teen, and his smoke and mirror show that's all it is. It's a smoke and mirror show. None of it's real. He gaslights. It's unbelievable how much he's throwing a tantrum today. He's throwing a lot of tantrums lately. So he is, and if you listen to Mary Trump, she was talking about Fred Trump and what it was like when he had dementia really, really bad. When Fred Trump he ended up developing Alzheimer's. I don't know if it was dementia and then it sort of progressed into Alzheimer's. I'm not an expert in that kind of thing. I don't know how it works. But Mary Trump said that Fred Trump developed Alzheimer's and he had a severe case in his late 70s. Dumpy is in... Thank you, Mary, for the endorsement. Dumpy is in his... Didn't he just turn 79? Oh, but he's youthful. But Joe Biden was too old. Honestly. So he's in his advanced stages of dementia is what I get. And so as far as his status, everything is foggy. It's a smoke and mirror show, and he's just diarrhea of the mouth in it. And the night is, this is justice. And the ocean is like, there's an ocean of missteps, miscommunication, breaking the law. Time to say you're fired, that's for sure. He's pitching fits. Yes, that's a sign of dementia too. So that's his status right now. And the ocean just reminds me that it's too big for him. This job is not a job that he can handle. And the way that you can see that is how he lashes out, especially. All right. I'm drinking fake beer. I had more. I don't know where I put it. I rushed back here to do a PNN. I left after the national anthem was sung. It's the same woman that's been singing it for like the past 20 years. So right after that, I left. I've been at the opening ceremony so many times. Did you guys like the parade? It's fine if you're late. It's fine. We're just sort of hanging out. Hit the thumbs up, please, while you're here. We're doing the late edition if you're just joining us because we have St. Peter's Fiesta. Yeah, the music was great. And I took y'all on a parade walk. Yeah, that band is kind of new to the festival. Why is the letter R... I can't... Hang on. Why is the letter B very cool? Because it's sitting in the AC. I like it. You'll have to pump them out fast today. Oh, we might be here for an hour. And then I have to go get an arancini. So good. Before the guy runs out. So let's pull some more cards about this Dumpy status. Power to the people. Power to the people. All right, 3 cards. 3 cards about Dumpy's status. And everyone pray a lot that we are protected and safe. You're going to go back and see what you missed? Oh, yeah, it was fun. It was like 40 minutes of going around saying, Viva San Pedro! And just on that note, since we're talking about it, I didn't yell it. There were other people yelling it, but sometimes if there's a dead silence, I go, Magi samo tutte mute! And then they say, Viva San Pedro! And that's how that goes. No fireworks. They used to have fireworks. They save them for the July 3rd. Dumpy status. He's in trouble on the world stage. He's in big trouble on the world stage. Queen of Pentacles. What I'm picking up is that Dumpy is worried that the true results of the election will be revealed. That's what I'm picking up. He's worried about that. And the Nine of Pentacles is there is evidence. I think that he has, if it's not out and out awareness that the evidence is there that the election was stolen by him with Elon's help, if the information hasn't gotten to him yet in a verified way, I feel like he has that on his mind and he's nervous. Thomas is so furious today. I'm going to just coach you on that a little bit, Thomas. I understand why you're furious. And that's why it's really important to step back and take a break and look at the big picture. What they're doing is not sustainable. What they're doing is not sustainable. He's afraid of the people. Don't let him fool you. It's not sustainable. Look at how many lawsuits. Look it up. Look at how many lawsuits. You can't wait to watch the Greasy Pole tomorrow. I'll see if I can. I'm not sure if I'll be able to film it. It's hard to live stream it. Sunday I'll be out there for sure. So the world, he's in trouble in the world stage. Dumpy is, and I think this is about the election. Queen of Pentacles. The world knows. The world knows. And the Nine of Pentacles is an abundance of evidence that he cheated. Not just this time, but in 2016 also. The world is laughing at him. That's true. That's true. I recommend that you do the meditation that I pre-recorded and uploaded yesterday. Any of those meditations from Thursdays, I pre-recorded it yesterday because of the festival noise. Let's take a look at Elon. We haven't heard much about Elon lately. Have you guys? Yes, he definitely cheated both times. Yeah, Dumpy cheated both times. And I don't know where he's getting off thinking that he's going to run again in 2028. Does he really think he'd be alive, for one thing? He's in a delusional fog. So I'm pulling 3 cards about Elon. What's going on? Oh, you love the candle and the meditation? Yeah, I ordered that from a company. I forget the name of it. Hang on a second. I'm reading on Elon. Since you're mentioning the candle, the company is KLEIO, and it's the candle that I had for the meditation yesterday. It says Constitution on it, 1776. It's supposed to be the aromas from that time period. So it's KLEIO. It's a candle company. All right, Elon. Has anybody heard any news about Elon? Read the dad jokes. Elon, Queen of Pentacles, that's Stephen Miller's wife that he stole. King of Swords, 7 of Pentacles. Elon is trying to do something that's really getting to be very cumbersome and tedious, because it's like trying to commit a crime when people are watching you. No news on him lately. But I feel like Stephen Miller's wife is screwing with Stephen Miller's head. He's busy making superhero babies, but he's doing more than that. What he's doing is he's working really hard to get more crimes committed. And he's with Stephen Miller's wife, and I just feel like she's tormenting Stephen Miller. How that's connected to what Elon is up to. I think that Elon is going to out Dumpy. Wait a minute. Is Elon going to out Dumpy? Is he planning to out Dumpy? I have a yes. I have a yes. It's kind of a strong yes. Wow. Wow. If he outs Dumpy, he will out himself too. He's not worried about that. Elon's not worried about that. He's not worried about what will happen to himself. Alright, well, let's dig a little deeper. I don't know Stephen Miller's wife's name. I'm just astounded that anybody could be around Stephen Miller for 10 minutes, let alone be married to him. Okay. Elon Muskrat. Let's read on, do you know Katie Miller? Okay. Can you imagine? I mean, I couldn't be around Stephen Miller for 10 minutes. Oh, she has 2 kids? They have 2 kids? Wow. I'm reading on Katie Miller. What is she doing? I have the 8 of Cups. This is interesting because I get that Katie Miller regrets something that she was involved with, maybe being married to him, with Stephen Miller in the past. King of Pentacles. So she went for the money. Interesting. Because I get that Stephen Miller's ex-wife, is she the ex yet? Katie Miller? I pick up that she's on the fence about whether to divulge what was going on. They're still married. She's on the fence because she's worried about what Stephen Miller would do to her. That's interesting. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Wow. That's a complicated thing. I think she's in over her head and she doesn't know what to do for self-preservation and probably for the preservation of her kids. I'm going to pull 3 cards about Stephen Miller himself. We're reading on all the slimy characters tonight. I'm kind of yelling because there's a lot of noise outside and I have the window open, so let me know if it's too loud. Stephen Miller, 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands. Oh, he's in trouble. Stephen Miller is in trouble with the World Court for his crimes against humanity. The 6 of Pentacles is his family's fallen apart and there's nothing he can do to bring it together. Gavin Newsom gave a great speech. Okay, cool. I can't imagine having Stephen Miller and Katie as parents. Cop is flashing lights. I was just wondering what that was. Miller is making money off the ICE raids. Well, it's human trafficking. Oh, Michael, you were watching the parade? They were good. It's human trafficking. And I'm picking up that he's going to be in trouble with the... it looks like... Is it the International Court? Is he going to be held accountable for crimes against humanity? Yes. Stephen Miller will be held accountable for crimes against humanity. I've always seen that happening. Yeah. Just know that there are some things that I read that I'm sure can be about. As far as, timing is something that different things have to take place and transpire before you can really hone in on timing. What just fell? Okay. let's see. I did do a pop-up earlier. I want to look at the murder bill. I think the reason I'm feeling so much anxiety in the collective is that people are starting to get the news and the message about what Dumpy is trying to do. Miller has money into Palantir, yeah. He's committed huge, Stephen Miller has committed huge crimes. Huge. So, the murder bill. I'm going to read on what's going on with that. But first, I'm going to read MAGA Mike. MAGA Moses Mike. Okay. MAGA Mike. Who's trying to, he's a Christian. MAGA Mike the Christian. I don't know what kind of Christian religion says, make all your brothers and sisters suffer and starve and lose their medical care. Make sure your brothers and sisters die because you take away their funds. What kind of Christian is that? And make you feel so much better? Thank you. You're welcome. Mikey is not Christian at all. He is a fake. Yes, clearly. It's just interesting because it's like, does he adhere to a religion that's into misogyny and sadism? Maybe. He's one of the guys the Bible warns us about, that's for sure. So I'm just reading on him right now. The women are coming after MAGA Mike. It's interesting. It's interesting. And I have the Three of Cups. I think this is us celebrating that the women have come after him. Didn't I just talk about the rising of the divine feminine? Yeah, he claims there were dinosaurs in Noah's Ark. When we're putting this country back together, we better give people IQ tests. And we better give them psychiatric evaluations. And we better give them tests about, like, what people that want to be citizens. Maria, is Maria here? I think I saw her. What's the name of the tests that people have to take? They have to know they don't even know what's in the Constitution. It's called the Civics test? Yes. I just wondered, when people want to become citizens, you just call it a civics test? None of the MAGAs know civics. Honestly, they don't know civics. None of the MAGAs know what's in our Constitution. What the hell are they doing in positions of leadership? WTF. So when we put this country back together, we have to have criteria. Because it used to be that everybody was in agreement that freedom is a wonderful thing. And of course you would want to have freedom. So the people that were in positions of leadership and power would do their darndest to make sure that we defended our freedom. Right? That's why it worked for so long. Yes, civics. Yes, okay. Well, our schools... yes, the schools stopped teaching civics, and that was a development of a devolvement that started with Reagan and continued with Bush, taking civics out of the classroom, because an informed, knowledgeable mind is the most dangerous thing for a fascist. I'm not saying George Bush was, I don't know if it was H.W., I think it was. I'm not saying Reagan was a fascist or George H.W. Bush was a fascist or George W. was a fascist. What I'm saying is that now that damage has been done, then the fascists can ride that wave. Too much big money in politics. And that was the Supreme Court too, with Citizens United. You can't control an independent thinker, and that's why they're trying to shut down all the schools. Let's pull 3 cards about our country in general. Okay, Evelyn's feeling positive. Yay! We like it. Let's pull 3 cards about the state of our citizens' involvement. Now, I already told you about the big bad bill. I told you that the big bad bill was going to go like a tennis match. Back and forth and back and forth. And what I want to tell you is that they might, like what SCOTUS is doing, they might go ahead and pass it so that we all freak out. But I've never gotten that it will be in effect. Never. Never have I gotten that. Because you have to understand, these things that they're decreeing to be so, like this, like SCOTUS, they're making these decrees. They're completely anti-constitutional, and just because they issue a decree, they're not God. We've got to stop treating it like that. Back when I was a kid, we chopped up pickles. I relish those days. Thank you, Thomas. Is a murder bill going to pass? It's all over the place. They want to gradually shut down the schools. The things that they're trying to do is like they're trying to take our society back to the freaking medieval days. And I keep flashing on that Dumpy was a king, more than one. I feel like Dumpy was a king. Let me go down the list. I always see Dumpy as a king a long time ago in Africa. I don't know if they had kings in Africa. And Louis the 16th, yes. But, you know, we have a lot of lifetimes. I feel like Dumpy was a king, and it was a time when I think he was in Africa, and he had African slaves, and I think he was white, and he was Louis the 16th, and he was Mussolini. Now, all of his lifetimes haven't been that horrendous, but those are the ones he came back with the strongest imprints from. There were kings in Africa before Europe had them? Okay, so that makes sense. I'd have to go back in world history to find out more about that, because when you read past lives, it's kind of like you got to put the puzzle pieces together through doing a little research. I feel like he was a king that was horrible to people, that had slaves. Back to, excuse me. Toccolini, you win. I like it. 3 cards about our democracy. Three cards about our participation in our democracy. Ancient tribes of kings before modern civilization. But did they have slaves? Because that's what I pick up. We the people. Be excited to be out there in your 4th of July parades. Queen of Wands. Hello, people. I'm getting a lot of Queen of Wands tonight. I smell a Kamala Harris presidency. He was Caligula. I'll look into that. And there was a while ago that I looked up who Vladimir Putin was in a past lifetime, and he was a horrible... He wasn't the Impaler, but he was a ferocious, vicious prince. I think it was Prince Olaf. I have to look again. Vladimir. Reading about We the People. We the People, I think we're going to start demanding Kamala back. Apparently I snore so loudly. Apparently I snore so loudly it terrifies everyone in the car I'm driving. Oh, thank you for handing out my coasters today. I think somebody else offered to take my coasters, my business cards. Hang on a second. We the people in our democracy. Yes, yes, we have to keep in my pop-up I mentioned listening to Mary Trump talking to Dean Obadiah. They had like a collab and she was talking about Jane Fonda saying that she thinks of, what we're doing, this activist work. Jane Fonda was saying she thinks of it not as a marathon, but as a relay race. And that's what this is saying. We have to insist that Kamala is president. We have to start saying it. Because she is president. Because they cheated. Massively. Dumpy didn't win all the swing states. Dumpy didn't win in all blue districts. He did not. And they tried to say that he did. He's a sloppy criminal. Kamala totally won. So as far as we the people go, the universe is with us on this. The temperance card means that we have to know it's a relay race. When some of us are tired and we can't keep going, excuse me, we pass the baton. He didn't win in 2016. Kamala won. And I love Jane Fonda too. I love her in the series, the Netflix series, Grace and Frankie. I think it's awesome. Thank you, Rose. If you want to help me, there's my P.O. box. Yeah, how we the people are doing is we're doing well. And we need to start demanding Kamala. We need to start demanding that the evidence is out there. Dumpy was literally saying on his campaign trail that he didn't need the votes. I'm going to hold off on reading on the next mayor of New York. I think he's great. I'm just not getting a clear read on him. I'm not saying he's bad or wrong, but I'm not getting a clear read on that just now. Oh, I was going to read on Emile Bove, unscribble his name, and it's Evil Bull. Yeah, he is evil. He's evil. Kamala definitely won. So, it'd be interesting if people have signs that say that at the protest. Let's ask. Because I think that it's appropriate. Are people at the protest going to have signs that say Kamala won? I have a yes. Yeah, Bove is evil as you know what. Who encouraged people not to vote for Kamala? We're talking about a few people, so I don't know who you're referring to. I'm losing my voice, and I wasn't even screaming that much at the parade. Wait till later. Modi encouraged them not to vote for Kamala? You still have your Kamala sign? And, if I get a bunch of money, I'll order the Kamala 1 mugs again. Oh, Cuomo said don't vote for Kamala? Alright, I have to catch up with that news. Next Friday, protest. So next Friday is the 4th of July. Emile Bove reminds you of Stephen Miller. I think they're of the same ilk. Yeah. Dad joke, I needed something therapeutic to do, so I took up gardening after 6 months, 42 trips to Lowe's, 38 blisters, and throwing my back out today. I was about to eat my $632 salad. That's funny. I planted flowers. Avoiding reading on Emile Bove right now because I keep on getting the message. That we can't focus on the bad things that are happening. We have to keep moving forward. You mailed a package to my P.O. box a few weeks ago. Oh, let me just take a little pause to let you know. It's been really hard for me to get to the post office. I'm really, really late. I was over there today, but it was lunch hour and it closed for lunch. I'll see if I can get there tomorrow. Okay. Darren mentioned that in LA, some firefighters went after ICE That's the kind of thing. Oh, I'm sure I got it, Maria. Thank you. I think that as far as ICE is concerned, just thinking about that, I think if more civilians chase them down, they'll stop. I do. I think that's going to be the case. All right. Obviously, I don't have tea leaves. Do you guys want to ask me anything, and I'll let you know if the guides say I can answer it? It was fun having you at the parade. So the resounding message that I'm getting is when a news story feels like a punch to the gut, remember it's designed to do that. In Dayton, some group has a balloon of Trump as a baby in his diaper. Yeah, we have to keep mocking him. I keep on getting to not pay attention to the bad news. Don't give it credence. Don't give it credence. Like what you're saying right now, Cheryl, you're going to have to tone down the ICE talk because you're in a panic about ICE. I'm just saying. That's what you have to not do. Pray for those people and pray for this to stop. Yes, Gavin Newsom's suit against Fox will be successful. Let's ask the pendulum, but I get yes. I get there's going to be a lot of delays, but I get yes, it will be. You need to be informed of what's going on. I'm just saying, like if ICE took some people out of the restaurant, it's not going to help us at all to freak out about that. They could show up at the Fiesta, but I'm not putting that out there. At the festival, I'm not putting that energy into it. I'm putting my peaceful vibration all over the festival. I'm going to actually read on the influence of we the people on ICE. I'm going to pull 3 cards about that. I have to read this from Shelley. I have 6-foot realistic stuffed alligator dressed in a dog taco costume that you're taking to the next protest to show your disgust. To alligator Alcatraz. I did read on Christy Nome. She's sick. You have no one to talk about because everyone in your family is MAGA? I'm going to say something. I hope that you don't speak to them. You want to know the influence of the priest had on ICE? I think it worked. Don't forget, Pope Leo knows how to do exorcisms. He can do them from a distance. That's my psychic impression. Hey, Gina. When people are as heinous as these people are, they're not healthy. Yeah, some people are saying, get the F out of here to ICE, and ask for their badges and, gotta rise up. The effect of the people on ICE, 10 of Swords. I've picked up, and I know it's probably hard to believe this, but I've picked up some of these ICE agents have kind of had a come to Jesus moment and stop doing this. Your son's waiting, you didn't talk any politics? Yes. I want you all to know, if you have people around you that are MAGA, you don't have to be mean. Understand that if they agree with inflicting pain on fellow innocent human beings, if that's what they agree to, I would avoid them like the Black Plague. Because they're signing up for evil. They're endorsing and promoting evil. Avoid them. Why? Remember I was saying earlier, I couldn't be around Stephen Miller for 10 minutes. I probably couldn't be around him at all. You don't want to be around that energy. It'll take you down. Yeah, Michael's gonna defend his neighbors if they come. But I'm reading on the effect of ice, and it's not good for them. The Four of Pentacles, they're hiding how they're being paid. And the Six of Pentacles, the love of family is going to win. No, DeSatan's wife will not win the governor race in Florida. Who's running against her? Will DeSatan's wife win the governor race in Florida? What am I going to do? Why do motorcycles have to be that loud? Will DeSatan's wife win the governor's race in Florida? It's really up in the air. Will Kamala speak to a large crowd soon? Yes. Oh, and one thing that I heard, and it harkened back to a time a few years ago when I said that I saw Proud Boys turning on Dumpy. And I read today, not all of them, but Proud Boys are turning on Dumpy. David Jolly's running for Florida governor. It's not determined yet. No. The only way that Mrs. DeSatan would win is if they cheat. So hang on. If you want protection, wear white. You mean energetic protection? I'm wearing black. I'm good. What's her name, DeSatan's wife? Is Mrs. DeSatan planning to cheat in the election? She doesn't know if she can. She doesn't know if she'd be able to. If she's not able to cheat, will she win? No. Cassie, that's right. Is it Casey? Casey. Yeah, what's up with the loud motorcycles? Will Governor Pritzker win a third term? That's an easy one. That's an easy one. Ask me a harder question. I think that's probably it. Oh, Cheryl, that's so sweet. You wouldn't be sane without me and the chat family. I want you all to visualize this. I'm going to just throw it out there. It's not organized yet. But I have this idea to have an event once we're through all this and once Kamala is in office. Here. I walked past the fifth fireworks store today. Man, business is booming. It's a 4th of July joke. I just celebrated my 2nd year as an official member. Thank you, Maria. By the way, I think I figured out. Thank you. Before we go, I figured out, and Terry knows this, that in the description it says to join this channel. I need to go back and put that, copy and paste that into my description, and then you'll see it'll be obvious how to join if the join button's not showing up. I promised you a new course. It's probably not going to start until maybe after the holidays, after the 4th, but I'll keep you posted. All right, are you all good? Do you need anything? Let's do a group hug. Can you ask me that question at the next PNN about Gavin winning his lawsuit? Because we have a lot of time for that to unfold. Okay, let's do a group hug. Let's think about all people gathering together, being safe and protected. And fascism, it's just not flying. Okay? And I did get Gavin Newsom would win the lawsuit. And everyone who's struggling, people that are really having a hard time right now, let's hold them in our embrace. Okay? All of us. And send positive vibes to St. Peter's Fiesta. And thank you for being part of it with me. I'll be bringing you more footage over the weekend. 1, 2, 3, group hug. Be around happy people. It makes a huge difference. I had so much fun last night just watching people dance and laugh and smiling and having fun. Life is too short to be all stressed out about the news. All right. Love you lots. I'll be back tomorrow with an off the ledge. Not sure if I'll have time to do a pop-up. I'll do my best. And probably with a little more footage from the festival. And on Sunday, thank you, Rose. You beat me to it. Church will be at 9 a.m. Eastern time on Sunday. It's usually at 1 p.m. Eastern, but there's going to be too much noise for me to do it at that time. All right? I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me for the parade, too. Yes. Namaste. Bye.